Thanks, Jake. Congratulations, Pep. Unbeaten in 27 games, 20 straight victories. But this was as tricky a contest as you predicted, wasn't it?
Definitely. First for the quality for the opponent after 26 fixtures, so being in four in the table so means a lot. Physicality is really impressed, and now I think they had the quality of could play with Lingard, with Fornals, and Antonio is always so difficult to control. So after 10-15 minutes, so we say, okay, today we are not going to paint something beautiful. So today is the game to take to take the 3 points. I think the second half we were much better than the first half when we struggled, and learn from this. That is a reality. So when you play a lot of games and runs unbeaten, and after Champions League game with just 2 days, it's normal these kind of things happen.
And Stones and Diaz, the goal scorers, that's a sign that anyone in the club and anyone in that squad can step up to do the job.
They are the best headers, so it's nice to score the goals, but the second one was brilliant for the composer from Riyad to make the right tempo, the right pass, and the good finishing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, sometimes happens. Central defenders score goals.
It's rare to see your defence breached for a change. I mean, you've not been giving presence to the opposition. The defence has been keeping so many clean sheets. It was rare to see them beaten today.
The normal, when it's a lot of clean sheet, that is unusual. The usual is sometimes you concede a goal against this team, like they run perfectly in counter-attack. So Declan Rice and Sousa is fantastic holding midfielder. So a real tough game. We knew it before, and we were lucky. We were lucky for the effort for the players again to take our 3 points.
If you go back to the start of the season, 8 games into this season, people were talking about this being the worst start of your managerial career. It's funny how things have changed, doesn't it? It's not where you start, it's where you finish. The improvement's been incredible.
But it's not bad after 12 or 13 years as a manager, so make some these start they've done. So that means the previous ones were so good. So season is too long, so we cannot judge for a few games like we are not going to judge at the end. The mathematics notes at the end of the season, so that this in that period must be given.
Thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
The best across the top 5 leagues is Bayern Munich from the back end of last season, which was 23 wins on the bounce. They've now got 20. They're only 3 away. You can see it there on the screen. What I loved about that was when he talked about sometimes you paint a beautiful picture. Other days you just want to get the win, and that is the key. You can't have this kind of a run without winning games in different ways and having every facet of your team absolutely tested to the limit.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting there and he gave a lot of praise to West Ham, but Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga winning 23 games is a lot different to doing it in the Premier League. At this stage of Premier League is miles ahead. But you do need to win. I remember looking back, we'd play some games when we were going for titles and we was poor. And you, like he said, you got a feeling after 10, 15 minutes they weren't at it.
Yeah.
He was looking there thinking the passing weren't as crisp as usual. They wasn't getting Mahrez into the game enough. Aguero wasn't quite at it. So he knew that it was going to be a tough day. But you also know that you're going to always have moments of quality. Like, there's always going to be times when Mahrez is going to beat his man. Aguero might get away from someone. Yeah. But so as long as you get the basics and the fundamentals, you know, and that's what he's got with Stones and Diaz and Fernandinho, who looks like he's 21, not 35, in front of him. You get the fundamentals right. You look solid. You deal with it. Deal with the balls coming into your box as well, you know, which is what they deal with now. So all of a sudden they look infallible. Like you can't break them down. There's so many things, and that breeds confidence, and then it also breeds teams coming here thinking, this is going to be and then it just keeps going on and going on, and you've got the perfect manager there to sustain that, because he's sustained it everywhere he's gone. He's been a consistent winner throughout his whole career.
18 wins in a row, and they made you work for it, even right down to the final seconds.
Yeah, they did. A lot of credit to West Ham. We knew what they were going to come and do, and how they've been playing recently, the position in the table, it speaks for itself. I think, I give a lot of credit to them, and you know, gave us a great game today. And as you said, we had to fight right into the last few minutes, and it made it difficult. So really satisfied. I think at half-time we were a bit deflated of conceding late in the first half. Weren't at our free-flowing football like we used to, I suppose, in the recent weeks. But that's again how they set up against us, and I think we showed great character from half-time and during the second half.
And if the strikers aren't scoring, then the defenders step up and do it.
Try. Yeah, try and chip in, and you know, everyone's out there, and working hard, and some days it doesn't come off for the forwards. And today, me and Ruben chipped in, and I think that's part of us being such a good team and such a collective. In big games and in important games, everyone chips in, or maybe sometimes the person that you don't expect. Maybe me and Ruben today, it was that, and just glad to get 3 points and keep this winning run going.
Yeah, you're right. It shows the depth and the quality throughout the side. But Ruben Dias has been remarkable this season, stepping in alongside you. It's been just bedrock, isn't it?
Yeah, I said it numerous times, but you can only give credit to him for moving countries, new club, the way he's played straight away. Not just with me, with Jaime, Eric, whoever's played. He's been outstanding, and that's just down to him, and massive credit to him.
Well played, that man. Well played, Manchester City. Look, Joe, when you say 20 wins on the bounce, it sounds impressive. When you see it, it looks impossible.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's amazing, and they're not going to play the dog and duck there, are they? You know what I mean? You've got Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. All of these clubs would have tested them. You know, they've been into Europe. They've played across 4 competitions, and there's no let up, Jake. Yeah. They look relentless. You know, and John Stone's interview there, I thought was spot on. You know, he said West Ham played very well. He said they wasn't at their best, but he understands, because he's won things. He understands the importance of winning games like this when you're not at your very best. And today, they wasn't free flowing. But they always looked comfortable. Always felt like they could win the game. You could sense that from the players and the bench, which we had a good view of today. They always knew that they was going to get there in the end. So it's a great side.
So it's 20 wins on the spin, thanks to John Stones, who got the winner. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a secondary thing, weren't it, from a corner? The balls got cleared, and then West Ham, for the first time, they got caught a little bit that moment before. You defending a set piece and defending from open play. John Stones just peels to the lovely bit of feet from Mahrez, and he peels to the centre spot, to the penalty spot, and it's a lovely finish. Because what happens here? You know Mahrez there. He's the boss in that situation. Yeah. But there, as he's coming across him, his body shape. That's very easy there, Jake, to snatch at that and drag it across the far post. For a centre up, we all know his quality. No one's ever doubted what he can do on the ball in situations like that. He's probably as technically efficient as a decent striker at this level, because he's so good with the ball at his feet. But it was the other side of the game that and I've always been a big fan, but even I was like losing, is he ever going to get there? But then you look at his age, he's in his mid-20s. This is when they ripen centre half. This is when he's made all these mistakes, he knows what's required. A young man's come in next to him, Ruben Dias, and he sort of jolted him, because he's the finished article. It's very rare a player that young is the finished article like Dias is. It's a great bit of recruitment from Man City, and he's put them together, and they've played 16 games together, and they've conceded 3 goals. And that's just giving a platform for everyone else just to go and do their stuff. And that together, I mean, they look unstoppable. The last 10 minutes of West Ham are thrown in the box. Here, if you look at them here, they're dealing with Antonio, probably one of the hardest players to mark. Positionally, they were just on him. They were the boss of the situation. This is early on in the game. John Stones, you know, putting out a message, winning his first header. It was these situations I was most impressed with. You look at when you're in them situations, you're a midfielder, and they're going to throw things in the box, and you have someone like a John Terry there or a Rio Ferdinand. You're just calm. You just know they're going to do it. And it's been a long time, I'd say, since Vincent Kompany, when them Man City players, for all their great play and free flowing forward, they've had players at the back there where they know they're going to deal with situations like that. This is the first half, blocking the ball, getting their bodies in the line, doing the stuff that. Here, I love this. Look, they're queuing up. They both want to block it. It's unbelievable. And they're both sort of pushing each other. And we talked about the great central pairings, you know, the Vidic, Ferdinand, Terry, Gallas, Pallister and Bruce, the greats. I mean, listen, it's early days for these two, but what a start they've had. And the fact that they're 25 and 21 is unbelievable. And I look at the bench and I look at Laporte, and you think, and then we start talking about strength and depth.
You got a feel for Laporte, by the way.
What a player he is. Yeah. You know, it's like I said, it's unnerving for the rest of the league how good this is, and not just the team, the squad, the club, very classy. But it's up to everyone else now to catch them up.